This is the story of an unforgettable moment of truth, of sweet, sweet revenge. A young woman's courageous journey to confront the horrors of the past, her fear, her uncertainty and her rage. It took almost 30 years, but in the end, Celesta Davis triumphed. She hunted him, found him and finally nailed him. The man who stole her innocence when she was just 5 years old. But this is more than just a story of retribution. It's a unique and very human portrait of an ordinary family, all their strengths and their flaws. What happens when they're betrayed by their closest friend.
I'm not afraid of seeing him. I'm afraid of me. I'm afraid that I'm not stable right now.
Celesta Davis has waited a lifetime to take this journey. 28 years, in fact.
Okay, we're all a little tense.
With her mother and sister, Celesta is on her way to confront the man who sexually abused her when she was just 5 years old.
Can we do a little dry run? Okay, so Ellen, hi.
You don't need to even say hi.
No.
Alan,
I need
I'm
to
here.
say hi.
His name is Alan Nash. And Celesta's hunt for him has ended here at this apartment. It's a bold and courageous mission, and possibly a foolhardy one. With no idea what awaits her, she's brought a friend to video everything.
Alan Nash, how are you? Hi.
Nearly every day since Nash molested her, 33-year-old Celesta has battled with her emotions and the questions that haunt her.
Alan, I need to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Down here.
Okay. Sorry. My body got over it when I was 5.5, but your soul and your spirit and that shame, that land of pretend where you're being told something that you know goes against every instinct that you have, that's what you don't get over. That's what's hard to repair.
It's not about the physical abuse, it's the mental and emotional damage that lingers forever.
Past.
It was just by chance that the encounter happened at all.
Do you know what I'm going to talk about? What am I going to talk about?
Well, you're going to talk about sexual abuse. I don't identify with that individual, that Al Nash. That.
Yeah. See, I don't believe you. I'll never believe you.
What began it all was a radio report, disturbing news about a boy Celesta had grown up with. That boy was Alan Nash's son.
I had, his son had gone to prison for molesting children, and that got Karen and I talking, and then I called my mom and said, we've got to find this guy.
You wanted to get in his face.
I wanted him to see that what he had done had affected me, and I also really did want to know if he was out there perpetrating still, and I still don't know that.
In the 1970s, the Davises and the Nashes were inseparable. Their parents' best of friends. That's Alan Nash there, filming a barbecue. It was the perfect suburban story. Then, one day, everything changed.
Take me back to 1978. As a 5-year-old, what were you doing that day?
So my family had gathered at this other family's house for a party, and I was playing out in the pool in my bathing suit with the other kids, and I remember him coming and saying, I've got something really neat to show you, come here, and he took me into the bathroom, performed oral sex on me, then he moved me into he and his wife's bedroom and took down his pants, had me perform oral sex on him, and then I remember him saying, if you tell anyone, I'm going to kill your parents, and you know, you're going to be in big trouble, and so then he just wrapped it up, went outside, and I'm sure just, you know.
You remember this very clearly?
So clearly. Yeah, we do what? Like a trip a year?
Yeah, we
maybe.
try. I think it might have to become a tradition, though.
Yeah.
Celesta's older sister Karen was also molested by Alan Nash. The girls kept their promise to him and told no one. But the truth was revealed to their parents when their mother Ellen overheard them talking amongst themselves.
What did they do?
They did almost, I should say, what did they do?
They did almost what?
They did almost nothing is what I want to say, because they didn't do enough.
Incredibly, Celesta and Karen's parents decided not to go to the police. The girls underwent counselling instead. And life with the Nash family as best friends just carried on as normally as possible.
So your parents chose to live a lie?
Yeah, they chose to live in that land between truth and you know, something horrible. They lived in the land of pretend, where, you know, it had happened, but it wasn't as bad, or it happened, but it won't happen again. It happened, but. And I think that's what most people do. It's too uncomfortable to talk about for most people.
It happened to their daughter.
Yeah.
I don't think I understood that I needed to have separated my girls from the perpetrator. I, you know, kept the friendship going. You know, his wife was my best friend, and
But wouldn't maternal instincts absolutely take over in a situation like that? That you'd die for your child, and that this man committed such a horror on them that you would go to the police?
Well, I think it, you know, I felt like my choice was to go to the police or seeing that he got counseling. And again, I felt that what I felt was the gentler way for my girls to deal with it, as well, I guess, as me, would be the better way to heal.
Come on, do a little can-can. Oh, very good, very good.
3 decades on, Ellen Davis still feels tremendous guilt from her course of action.
Look at the camera.
But her daughters have long accepted it was a sign of the times.
This was the 70s. And I mean, what she did was actually probably maybe even a little more progressive. Most people would just say, okay, well, that happened, so let's go on. It was just, people didn't know what to do besides that.
I don't know. At the time, I really thought it was okay, but
This time, Ellen is taking her cues from her daughters. As they prepare to confront Alan Nash, there is group therapy.
But this is what I always tell you about it, is that you were the one that fought for us.
Yes! You are the only reason that we're okay.
Hi, Celesta.
Then, a visit to his ex-wife and family.
What did my dad do to you guys? He brought me in, took me into your bedroom, and had me give him a blowjob.
He's brought that up over the years.
Really? No way. I want to hear this. He's talked about
Well,
it?
no, just that, you know, that he had molested you, to me.
Finally, after years of planning and an agonising stakeout, Celesta has her chance.
That was a great place. That was a great place.
Yeah. He just looked so happy to see me that it really kind of threw me off guard. Like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's not so bad. You know, I mean, all those child things, you sort of feel like the people-pleasing, all of that just kicks right in.
And what can I do to help you with that?
I feel like you betrayed me, you betrayed my family, and every time I see you, I feel like you don't care, you don't even remember, you don't know, you've never come to me and said you're sorry. And you know what? It's not okay. And I struggle with relationships, and I fight to trust anyone. And I just feel like I need to give that back to you because I'm sick of being scared.
As Celesta's questions begin, Nash moves quickly to establish the rules of engagement, trying again to befriend and control his victim.
It's just a class exercise in facing your...
No, this is my personal exercise. I carry this around. Do you have any idea what that would feel like?
No, I don't. I don't have any idea. If I did, I wouldn't have happened. I'm not a career, abuser. There was a period of time, and I'm not trying to gloss it over. I mean, I'm saying it in front of your camera.
We can turn off the camera.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Nash is deep in manipulation mode, but plainly not expecting this to transpire.
No.
Did she talk to your mom? Did your
I've
mom
talked to my mom. In fact, Karen and Mom are here. I think they'd like to talk to you too.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Should I go get them?
If you'd like.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now, I'm a professional actor, so I get paid by the hour for this, okay? Sure.
Now it's Ellen's turn to right the wrongs of her generation.
We are doing what we would like to have done for 25 years, and all confronting you.
All right, then let's do it.
So I want to hear from your own lips what you did to these girls.
No. I won't do that.
Why?
The camera.
You want to hear from
That's
our
okay.
We can turn the camera off.
With the camera off, but still recording sound, Nash recalls precisely how he sexually abused first Celesta and then Karen.
I remember you were outside in our backyard. You were dancing. You were playing in the pool.
It's too awful to broadcast. The details are sordid and despicable, but it's just as Celesta remembers.
I lied to your mother at the time. Your mother asked me if I had done that, and I said no.
Did you ever do anything else with me?
No, I never did.
Who else did you abuse?
Pardon?
Who else did you abuse?
I can't tell you that. That's none of your business.
When Nash is finished, the camera rolls again, just in time for his pathetic excuse.
I was a virgin when I got married to Marilyn.
That's okay. Doesn't make you a sexual pervert.
No, but it makes me unprepared for the sexuality of children.
But
You weren't around children.
The sexuality that I place on them, let's put it that way, the people who molest.
Suddenly, there is nothing more to say than goodbye. But then, a final move by Ellen to take your breath away.
I just wish all this hadn't happened. I love the good things about you.
And then you got up and hugged him?
Well, you know, you have two feelings. You have the feeling of the affection that you've had as a dear friend, and I had toward his wife as a dear friend. And then you have the anger of, what did you do? And I still, you know, there's a part of me that feels like something made him do that. That was, you know, he wasn't a totally awful, wicked person. I mean, so.
Is he a totally awful, wicked person, though, when you hear him say from his own mouth, this is what I did to your Celesta?
It's awful. It's awful. Yeah.
And you see how startling it is for a viewer to see you then get up and embrace
I know.
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He never said he was sorry, did he?
Not in those words. We try and take consolation in the other words, like, I wish this hadn't happened. But again, there's no accountability in I wish this hadn't happened. It's like he was watching something.
So, no apology, no accountability from her molester, but at least the truth on record. Celesta put all of it into a documentary called Awful Normal, the story of her life that's helping her and other victims of sexual abuse. As grueling and painful as the experience was, it's given Celesta and her family the chance to finally put their past to rest.
You know, I'm so normal and so awful at the same time. And really, we're all normal and awful at the same time. You can't.
Would you ever want to see him again?
No.
Anything more to say to him? You've done it.
There's so much more to say that there's nothing to say.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minutes, segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.